Hey, good morning, fam, and happy Motivational Monday to everybody. And I hope everyone's day is off to a good start. It's a bit rainy here in the 757, but hey, it's a great day. As long as you woke up today, it's a great day, right? So today I want to briefly talk about something that's really important to me. Is something that resonates with me a lot. And it's about knowing your self-worth. And basically, knowing your self worth is knowing your value, right? Um, and when you know your value, knowing your value basically means that you understand that you are worthy of care and compassion. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of the same things that you actually give out, and understanding that value. And the reason I want to talk about that is because there are often times when we find ourselves, and when I say ourselves, I like to be fully transparent, um, because I found myself, it's something that I've struggled with sometimes, with is, knowing my value and understanding my value. And that's because a lot of times we find ourselves in situations where we are allowing, um, we're allowing people to devalue us, right? We're allowing people to really get away with things that they shouldn't get away with. And now this doesn't necessarily mean that these are bad people or anything like that, but it means that sometimes we're not recognizing it in real time, what's happening because you know, you can prioritize, somebody. You're making someone your priority and you're showing them that they're your priority, but that is not being reciprocated, right? And you have to understand that if you allow people to continue to do that, if you allow people to continue to devalue you or not prioritize you as you are prioritizing them, it will continue to happen until you do something about it. And it's tough sometimes when you're in relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's romantic relationships, or whether it's with family. It is tough sometimes when you are in those situations and you've been in them for a long time and you actually value this person more than they value you. And it's hard to see sometimes. You make excuses, you rationalize, why something is happening or why they may be treating you a certain way, but you're not really being honest with yourself. And it is really tough, especially when it's someone that's close to you. And it's hard. But what you have to do as an individual, and it's something that I struggle with from time to time, and you have to kind of take a step back and assess things, right, and realize that you deserve the same effort and energy that you're putting out. You deserve that. It shouldn't be you have to make an excuse or you have to try to rationalize why someone is not treating you the way you should be treated. Knowing your self-worth, it means having confidence in yourself, building your own self-esteem, right? Understanding. It doesn't mean you have to be cocky or arrogant, but it sure means you have to be confident in what you do. So building up your own self-esteem and realizing that, hey, I am no longer going to prioritize people or things that don't serve me in a positive manner, right? You can still, be cool with somebody. You can still be friends with someone, but you have to understand this too. If you are not if someone is not seeing you as important enough, right? And you're continuing to do the same things that, you continue to allow people to treat you a certain way. You have to do something about that, right? That's on you to say, okay, you know what? It's time for me to take a step back. It's time for me to prioritize myself. There are certain instances when you have to be selfish, right? You have to think about your own well-being. So in order to, when you know your self-worth, you know your value, you have to take a stand and you have to realize in order for you to move forward, in order for you to be the best version of yourself, Okay, you have to love yourself. You have to value yourself, and knowing your self worth. A part of that is taking a stand and saying, okay, it is time for me now to take care of me, and that's okay. Don't feel like you're being selfish, yeah, in a way that doesn't serve someone else. You can still be good friends, and you can still help other people out. But knowing your value, knowing your self worth requires you to take a hard look at what's going on around you, right? And I love this quote by legendary Broadway performer Andre DeShields. It's something that I posted probably a couple of times on Facebook, but it's a quote that never, ever, ever gets old. It's something that I use all the time, and I have to remind myself of. And I use it all the time. And this is something Andre DeShields said while he was accepting one of his awards. And the quote is simply this: it says, surround yourself with people whose eyes light up when they see you coming. Okay. And that to me in a nutshell says it all, right? You can tell when people are happy to see you, right? And I like to think that I've surrounded myself with people who, when I see them, that happens, right? I surround myself with people who, when I see them, hey, I am happy to be there. I'm happy to be in their presence. And the hope is that is reciprocated, but quite often, sometimes it's not. But you have to recognize that, knowing your self value means that, hey, okay, I can move on. Sometimes you have to step back. Sometimes you have to move on. And it is a tough thing to do. But if nothing else, one thing you get from today, I want you to understand this. Never, ever let someone else devalue you. Stop prioritizing people who are not prioritizing you. That is a lesson for today. So I hope everyone has a great day. Have a great rest of your week. And as I said last time, and I'm going to keep saying this, I love each and every one of you, and there's not a thing you can do about it. Have a great day and be blessed.